Welcome into Lantern TV. I'm Kole Emplit. Today we're going to be looking at the Michigan State Spartans and how they will rack up for this football season. Taking a look at just a little bit of rundown, of course, they're head coached by Mel Tucker. Tucker led the Spartans team to a really good season, 11-2, just 7-2 in Big Ten play, just missing out on that Big Ten championship with losses to Purdue and Ohio State. So far this year, they're 1-0 with a win against Western Michigan, but don't really let that distract you, as in the fourth quarter, they were only up 9 points before scoring eventually 2 touchdowns, which Mel Tucker didn't like. Besides the point, the Spartans are up 1-0 to start the year. And just taking a look at a little key stats from last year, Mel Tucker was the 2021 Big Ten Coach of the Year, which says a lot. He put the Spartans through their best season since 2017. Like we mentioned, almost reached that Big Ten title game, except those 2 Big Ten losses. They lost a lot of production, especially in Kenneth Walker, who went to the NFL and is now with the Seahawks, but expect the Spartans to be back in contention, competing with Michigan and Ohio State in the Big Ten East. And just another stat is just looking at the worst pass defense in the Big Ten season ago. The Spartans were always relevant, especially in that AP poll and that top rankings, but they really got exposed and, to put it nicely, got beaten really badly by Ohio State when they came to Columbus. And they're trying to turn around this year. They have the offense to do it. We just got to see if the defense can support it as well. And just talking about that with the defense, they had 43 sacks, which is the 6th most in the country, which is pretty impressive for the Spartan squad. Taking a look at their offensive player, who's a really big key maker, is the guy under center, Peyton Thorne, who last year was pretty good considering this was his first start for the Spartans. 27 touchdowns, 3rd most in Big Ten a season ago, and they really need him to get going. As I mentioned, Kenneth Walker losing to the draft. Let's see how Thorne can do in his second full year of Spartans, really trying to lead them back in the Big Ten East. He threw for 3,000 plus yards and was ranked 4th in the conference, and 10 interceptions, which were 2nd most total in the Big Ten, but like you mentioned, first year in the Big Ten as a true starter, and let's just see how he gets a little bit under his belt this year. Taking a little bit now looking at their defense, like we mentioned, their defense is pretty well done, but we're going to be looking at Jacoby Wyndham, who is a UNLV transfer, and like it says here, he was a one-man wrecking crew for the Rebels. He had 118 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. And his first game as a Spartan in Western Michigan was one to be known for, as defensive coordinators really need to watch out for him. He had a career-high 4 sacks in the game, resulting in 17 yards lost, including a forced fumble, and had 7 tackles overall while starting at defensive end. Now, why he's the key player specifically is because 2 of their starting defensive tackles and safety, Darius Snow and Xavier Henderson, are out for quite some time. Snow specifically was the linebacker, so they're going to see if they can mold Wyndham more into that linebacker position and just really fill where Snow left off. But for now, Michigan State is trying to once again see if they can repeat that season they had a season ago, get back up to that Big Ten contention, and forcefully try to make their way into a Big Ten title game. The Spartans will play Akron on Saturday, as not the best competition, but we'll start to slowly see how this team will match up.